2015 in Silicon Valley of India. Thank you for joining us in this series of training session to get to know Joomla. I'm Amol Patil. I worked at TechD Technologies as a team leader. At TechD, we work on web development, mobile applications. I have with me one of the colleague from Tech Joomla. He's Manoj Londe, and he's the head of product head. Tech Joomla has a rich set of extensions. You can visit techjoomla.com. You will get to know the details of extensions. So, how many of you have heard about Joomla only recently? Can we have a show of hands, please? Okay, nice. I assume rest of you all are Joomla pros and sitting in the audience to make us uncomfortable with your questions. So, we hope we can add some knowledge to what you already know. To make things more interesting, we have decided to experiment with different format to impart the training. So hold tight and enjoy the ride. So before we dive into the world of Joomla, it's important to lay a foundation. Web development. After the commercialization of web development has been growing industry. The growth of this industry is pushed by especially businesses who want to sell their products and services to online vendors. All the web applications, except very simple static websites, uses at least one programming language in addition to HTML for the web development. PHP is widely used web development technology. PHP is very flexible and can work with most of all the web servers, platforms, operating systems. To make developers and customers' life easier, CMS were evolved in late 90s. CMS, as name suggests, it's a content management system used to manage the content of the site very easily. You can manage each and everything of your website using CMS. CMS are getting popular these days. I think everyone is using CMS to make any sort of websites. Why should I use the CMS? That is the question we get asked by potential clients. The truth is clients needs to feel the pain of handling the static websites before they fully understand and appreciate the CMS-driven solutions. CMS are dead easy. If you can send an email, use social networking site, you can use CMS. CMS are cheap. CMS provides wide range of functionalities by default, like login, registration, content management. Such functionalities would cost to build from scratch. So, Joomla, WordPress, Drupal are the most widely used CMS. So let's check out what is Joomla. Joomla is one of the most popular content management system used to create simple as well as static websites. Using Joomla, you can build powerful websites without having to worry about all the coding and technology aspects of it. To be honest, it's an incredible system and can make creating websites easy and simple, no matter how little we know about technologies. And most important, Joomla is open source. It means it's completely free to use. Joomla is built upon PHP and MySQL. Joomla uses object-oriented programming and strong MVC design pattern. So let's see why Joomla is so popular. you can install Joomla very easily. Joomla has built-in installer which allows you to install the Joomla within 5 minutes. You don't need to know anything about how PHP work, how MySQL work. You can install the Joomla very easily. And most of the hosting providers like Cloud Access, you may have seen SiteGround, they provides one-click installations. Using Joomla, you can easily manage the site content. Joomla provides a rich administrator where you will get the control of each and every part of your website. You can adjust the menus, you can adjust the, you can easily upload videos, you can easily add images, text, almost everything. Now, let's see how we can extend the Joomla. Joomla has rich set of extensions. There are thousands of extensions using which you can extend your sites. Let's say I want to build social networking sites like Facebook. So to build a social networking site, you don't need to worry about the architecture, how we can develop. There are many extensions available in Joomla. So you just need to get those extensions. Most of them are free extensions. You will get the list at the Joomla extensions directory, where you can buy or get the extensions and install in your Joomla sites. And that's it. So let's see. So let's see who is using Joomla. Joomla is becoming more and more powerful and reliable. That's why these well-known brands are using Joomla. Linux.com is the hub for all the information regarding Linux, documentation, requirements, softwares, and technical questions. eBay, one of the largest online marketplace, started using Joomla in 2010 for their internal analytics platform. If you are a football player, you already know Africa Cup of Nations. They are using Joomla for their official websites. Carbon Mobiles, one of the emerging brand in India, they are using Joomla for their official site. So this is one of the website. It's an NDTV India. We already know NDTV is one of the news channel brand which is very popular. So we can build such kind of websites without having to worry about any coding or any technology aspects. So if you can see there are many menus available on at the top below the logo. We can see some videos are there and some latest articles and news is there. So during this session, we will see how exactly we can build a site in Joomla. So Manoj will take us through the Joomla's features, core features of Joomla.
Since we are talking about content management systems, so I think the best example of content management systems can be a news portal where a lot of content is being generated. Am I audible? Yeah, okay. Yes, sure. So one of the best example of any content management driven site can be a news portal where you already know that there are hundreds and thousands of news being added daily into that news portal. So like Amol said, the clients need to feel the pain of adding that content unless they want totally realize the power of CMS. So we'll quickly go through the previous slide again. And so like at the top you can see the logo. On after the logo there are quick links to some of the news categories like sport news, then health news, entertainment news, then politics. So after that you can see the latest news or the breaking news are being highlighted along with the photos. Then on right hand side you can see some ads being shown. Then before the I mean after the ads you can see photos and videos being shown, and at the bottom of the page you can see various links. So everything you can be a very similar looking site using Joomla, and we will quickly walk through the features, the core features of Joomla uh, that will allow you to create such websites. Joomla is a CMS, so obviously the content plays a very crucial role. The content management plays a very crucial role. So uh, we'll see how Joomla offers features that can allow you to manage your website content very easily and efficiently. So let's start with the news portal example again. So at the top there were some links, like links to politics news, links to sport news. So everything, those are links, becomes categories in Joomla. So you can add new content or new news items inside particular container categories. Like if it's a news about cricket match, obviously you will add that into a cricket category. So like that. So if you have used MS Word, Microsoft Word, Joomla offers editors called as what you see is what you get. So it offers a word editor that looks like uh, MS Word, and you can easily combine text, images, and format your content in a very attractive way. You can easily customize your site text using Joomla text editor. Also, um, there are some inside Joomla. There are three types of extensions: components, modules, and plugins. So Joomla by default offers some modules which lets you show the latest news being added on the site. It can show the most popular articles. It can show the featured articles, like that. So it's the content management, then the nesting of categories. Like again, if we take the news portal example, site might have categories like entertainment, under which you can have categories like Bollywood, Hollywood, maybe Tollywood, and all kind of categories. Then if the categories aren't enough for you to manage your or organize your content efficiently, you can also use the tags. So tags were introduced in Joomla 3.0. So tags allow you to do the flat hierarchy of the content instead of the regular hierarchy. The media manager, just like you saw on the NDTV page, that there were some photos being added and there were some videos being uploaded on the site. So obviously the content is not only the text. The content also means photos, images and videos, or maybe audio clips. So all sort of media can be handled or uploaded using the Joomla's native media manager. So which lets you add, remove, and use images using media manager. You can easily organize all of your photos, video into different folders using media manager. Also, the media manager can be easily integrated into Joomla content. Then Joomla is basically divided into two parts. There is a regular visitors who get to see the front end of the site, and there is a restricted set of users who are called as site administrator or site owner. So the administrator part is clearly separated from the front end part. So Joomla also offers content editing at the front end as well. So if you have published some news item and you feel that there is some mistake or there is some correction that you need to do, you can quickly go to that article at the front end only and make that correction. And now, again, coming back to the news portal example where you have a lot of content. And now, how do I find, like, if I am a cricket fan and I want to see when did Virat Kohli scored a last century? So I want to search Virat Kohli centuries, maybe, and I want to go through all. I obviously want to see the accurate results, right? So, using Joomla's built-in powerful searching functions and smart search tools, you can easily search through the content that you have added on your site. Uh, all the content can be indexed word by word, and all content words are indexed inside Joomla. So that results into a better accuracy of the search results. So nowadays, like Amol has said, content management systems, CMSs, are not only about content. So again, if we take, what does it take to run a newspaper? So you obviously have some reporters who are going on the field, getting some news. There will be some editors who will be actually getting those news from those reporters and just going through those news once. Then there will be a chief editor who will be having a final say on what words to be printed, right? So now, let's say if you are running a newspaper and you want to build a news site for a newspaper, obviously, like in the real life, you have some roles allocated. You also want to allocate some roles or have some hierarchy of users inside your Joomla site, right? So using Joomla's user management tools, you can easily group different set of users into groups, and you can assign different permissions. Like the reporter will have only permission for writing the content, but he won't be having permission for publishing that content. So editor will be having permission for writing and publishing that content. So that sort of permissions can be managed easily using Joomla's access control list. So you can easily build the nesting of the your site's content using Joomla's menu manager, and there is no limit for the hierarchy that you can build. Uh, then there is banner management. Like on the news portal, you saw that there are some ads being shown at the top and on the right hand side. So using Joomla's banner management, you can easily upload images and turn those images into the ads and earn some serious revenue through those ads. So multilingual sites. So now, since we are living in such a diverse country, where I don't think we need to explain what multilingual means. Uh, Suppose you are building a website or you are running business inside a country like India or inside a continent like Europe, where every country has its own language. So obviously the site content needs to be translated into different languages, and not just the site content, but all the aspects of site needs to be translated into different languages, so that even if a user, or even if non-English users visit your site, they get to know what your site is all about. So Joomla by default offers some multilingual tools that makes it quite easy to manage your site into different languages out of the box. Site owner, you need to keep your site updated regularly to prevent from hacker attacks and all sort of security aspects, and uh, stay updated with latest features. So Joomla provides a one-click solution for upgrading your site from older version to the newer version. Then Joomla is quite powerful in terms of extending the core features by installing or adding some new extensions. Like now I will explain this example by giving some analogy. So what is the first thing that you do when you get a smartphone like iPhone or Android phone? So first of all, I will install WhatsApp. So so why do I need WhatsApp? There is SMS already available. but you want to extend some default functionality and you want to take advantage of your smartphone, right? So like that, there are some core features available inside Joomla that comes as a default with Joomla. But if you want to extend those functionality, uh, again, another example can be like on if your friend downloaded some movie using torrent and you want to watch that movie, but the format is not supported by your default player. So you install VLC player and that format is supported. So what is the thing that you do here? So you extend your machines or mobiles functionality by adding some extra softwares. So like that, uh, you can extend Joomla's core functionality by installing third-party add-ons called as extensions inside Joomla. So Joomla has its own extensions directory. It is called as Joomla extensions directory, JED. And there are around 8,000 extensions which are listed on that directory. So most of those extensions are free and some of those are paid extensions. So there are both types of extensions, free and paid. So that's how Joomla developers earn money. So So that's about Joomla's core features. Now we'll quickly go through some of the sites that we have built with Joomla uh, when we were working uh, in our companies. So Amol will quickly go through the case studies.
So I'm sure many of you have got bored after listening. I can manage the content, I can manage the menus. Damn it, show me something different. This is something very basic that a guy who learned in first year, he can manage this. These are the things like creating menus and adding articles. So let's see some real and challenging examples. So, so first of all, using Joomla, you can build any kind of websites. It's not about news portal. You can build your personal websites. You can build e-commerce sites where people can buy, pay online. You can have e-learning system where you can add lesson course and people attends based on the courses. You give them certificates. So this is one of the project where using Joomla we have managed fleet where chauffeurs we can have reservations where people can pay can have online payments to book cars, any kind of vehicles.
So I think this particular project was about limo bookings. Where you can book limo by visiting that site and everything starting from selecting the time, selecting the limo models and then actual making the payment, everything was managed inside that project and everything was done based on Joomla. Moving on to next slide. This is one of the interesting project we did in previous year. It's about job interviews in the cloud. So here the companies sign up as recruiters. They create their interviews by recording, by doing video recordings of the questions they want to ask to their potential candidates. They can prepare a predefined interview and they can then invite as per their needs to the candidates. The candidate get emails, they get invitation emails using the email contains the links to the interview and clicking on that link opens up an site where all the candidates or the candidate being invited can record his interview answers online. So now everything starting from interview questions, asking interview questions to recording interview questions, then reviewing those interview answers and then actually sending them the result about their interview. So everything was done using Joomla. So this is one of the interesting project that we did using Joomla. Also, it had one another module for online aptitude tests where there were subjective as well as objective kind of tests, online tests being conducted. Uh, then Joomla at the grassroots. So in this project we built uh, a warehouse management for one of our client in Maharashtra, where uh, we manage start to end process, everything automated, like the vehicle that is being entered into the go down with containing crops to then weighing those uh, how much kg it weighs, then actually making all the invoices and the billing, then sending regular crop rates and deciding for or helping farmers to decide when to sell their crops. So all sort of things were managed using Joomla only. Then there is another interesting project, light management using Joomla. So one of our client in USA wanted to control everything in one popular university in USA, where all lighting devices like these lights, so all bulbs, tubes, everything was controlled using Joomla. So uh, also it included intelligent device discovery, where nowadays many bulb manufacturers or light manufacturers come with like this bulb will last for 2 years, or it will have 6 months or 6 years warranty. So on a dashboard, on a single dashboard, you will come to know that these are the bulbs, those needs to be replaced on this date. So everything around, there were thousands of light which were being managed using Joomla. Then we have built some great apps for Joomla-based social networks, where we are using Joomla as a backend for building building APIs for mobile apps. So, so that's about some of the interesting case studies that we have did, and so you can give it a try on demo.joomla.org or joomla.com, where you can try Joomla for 90 days, and you can where you don't need to have your own server. You can directly go on this site registered, and within 5 minutes you can start your own Joomla demo site, install and live. So that's it. Free hosting service that Joomla offers. So you can easily start your own uh, like sites like manoj.joomla.com or amol.joomla.com. So all you have to do is enter your subdomain name, enter your email address and password. So you will get an email with all the details to your site that is created, and you can directly start playing with Joomla. So thank you guys for listening to introduction to Joomla talk. If you have questions, this is the time.
When you talk about extension, what language do you need to know to create the extension or change the functionality?
Okay. So basically, as I said, Joomla is built upon PHP and MySQL. So you should have, if you want to customize the extensions, you should have knowledge of HTML, CSS. You should also knowledge have PHP and MySQL. It's completely based on what your requirement is. If you want to customize some look and feel, you should have the knowledge of CSS. Yeah.
How is it different from Drupal?
It's completely different from Drupal. At some level, Drupal things becoming complicated with the Drupal. Both are CMSs. As I said, Joomla has a wide range of extensions. as compared to, I don't want to compare it with the Drupal. So Joomla has a rich set of extensions. I would suggest you try it yourself. You will automatically realize how it's completely different from any other CMSs. Any questions?
Can I use Bootstrap CSS with Joomla?
Yes, Joomla 3 uses Bootstrap framework, and it's the first CMS that was completely mobile responsive, admin as well as front end. So you don't need to write code for responsive. It's automatically come with the responsive itself. Yes. Yeah, sure.
Demo dot
Joomla
org. Is it only for .com?
.com.
Is it only for 90 days or can we go on?
You can actually Joomla.com is for
Wait, for people who starting out 90 days,
yes. There are
short.
okay. There are even many survey hosting providers like SiteGround and Cloud Access. So they provide you the based on your requirements. You can purchase the many different plans as per your requirements.
As you said that it's just one click upgrade process for the new Joomla, right? But what if you have the older versions like 1.5 and you want to convert it into the latest one? Then what are the best support means best step to take and consider?
I think your 1.5 to 1.6 or 2.5 jump was quite tedious, but Joomla has improved a lot over 2.5 and 3.0. And now since 3.0, the upgrades are quite friendly. So unless you have built something custom, the updates should be easy.
Actually, recently I have converted Joomla 1.0 site to 3.0. So there are lots of aspects, basically look and feel. Many times client don't want to lose their data, which is very important. So it may be possible you will get some extension in 1.2 that are not available for 3.5. So in that case, you need to take a call where you want to import data from one extension to another extension. So that is one of the challenge. Many time client wants the look and feel of the older site. So you need to have a strong knowledge of templates. These are the aspects that we have to consider while migrating from older version to the latest versions.
Do you have any tools for backup and restore?
Yes, so we do have. There is a one quite popular tool called as Akiba Backup, where you can take backup of your entire site, all the files, all the media, even the database itself, and you can restore it at any moment.
It's just one click.
What's the name?
Akiba Backup.
Another quick question. In the enterprise, there are a lot of small departmental CMSs running right from. How do you integrate? Like if you want to make this as my one-stop go-to thing, but I don't want to lose what work I have done. How do I integrate?
So, like the initial transition might be, it will really depend on what CMSs or what systems you are using earlier.
Let's assume standard FileNet document and stuff like that.
Actually, there are some extensions that lets you manage even the document sort of files and documents and all sort of files easily. So you might need some one-time work to get everything inside Joomla, and then you can give access to particular departments to particular files.
For that, Document is one of the popular extension. It's completely free, which
Yeah,
allows
it's
you
not
to
free, I think. It's a paid extension.
most of the plugins are paid.
The extension is paid, I think.
So do you have a space limitation for this demo Joomla?
I think it doesn't allow you to install anything extra. So
The size of the document also, or the video I will be loading there. So do you have space limitation like 5 GB, 4 GB?
It's just the core
give a
features
basic
that you
idea
can try it
of
out.
how the menus articles work. So to upload, I would suggest you need to create an account on Cloud Access SiteGround where you can upload your stuff easily.
Okay, in that cloud access, I have to create an
Yeah,
account.
yeah,
Is
yeah.
that also free, or do I have to purchase that?
They have 90 days free plan, and you might need to upgrade when you want to upload a large content over there.